He said, "Hey, now, come on, ting ding, come on, let's go, let's go." Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Beast Mode Brandon back again. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, you guys are having a blessed night. It is Thursday. I value you guys. I enjoy hanging out with everybody. Thus being why we come in and we kick it at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. is East Coast time, a little bit later, but hey, in California, we got some people in the West Coast. It is only 6 p.m. their time, so we try to do something universal for everybody. If you are capturing this on the recording or the stream, then you can just hey, comment on that. What's going on? Check in. No worries, in the end, we what do we trade for? We all trade for, or I should say, what do I trade for? I trade for the time and the freedom, right? I want to make more so that I can bless more. Whatever's in my heart to give back to um, communities, family, friends, churches, charities, making the world a better place for all. So that's kind of why I do this. I like to come back here and switch it around. So this year we're doing something a little bit different. We all going to thrive together in 25. If you struggle with something, never hesitate to reach out. Highly recommend you guys getting plugged into the swing trades, right? The AI strategy, less than 2 minutes a day. We got what tons of people taking that. Like I said last month in December, we had someone make 23,000. So I won't disclose his information, or I should say it. I shouldn't say his. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I won't disclose his information, but in the end, you follow the trades and stay consistent with it, and you're gonna be just fine. So, all right, let's get ready to rock and roll. Thursday night Q&A. Let's dive in, see what we got today. No question is a dumb question, and just think sometimes someone asks a question, opens up a can of worms, and then we go down the rabbit hole. So it's good. No one don't gotta be shy, but first things first, right? Awesome trade. Congratulate him. I mean, he leverages about 80 to $100,000 in his account. So I mean, he made 23% of his account in 1 month. It's the same thing, Gretchen, as if you had $1,000 and made $230. The money or the ROI is exactly the same. So we all with different spots with different account sizes, and that's important to know for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, 20K Dre coming. There it is, Andre. Hey, I told you the plan. You just got to understand the percentages. Start off small, and each month you scale. So, like for instance, before we go into the question aspect, look at it like this. Think about coming in with $1,000 account, right? I mean, how often have we went on vacation and spent $1,000 and that money is gone? You don't ever get it back. But imagine taking the AI swing strategy with $1,000, and let's just say we made 25% ROI this month, right? Then next month you go to two contracts, and then you make $500, right? Then the next month you go to three contracts, then you make $750. By month four, your 750 plus 500 is 1225 plus your 250, that's $1,500. By month four, your $1,000 is now $2,500. You get what I'm saying? Then month four comes in, you do three contracts, you get to 3 grand, you do three contracts. Now you're making $1,000 a month. And this is so super conservative, slow and steady aspect. I mean, you could always scale a little bit more aggressive, but from a slow and steady approach, those are the ones that always win the race, right? And it also builds the muscle memory for you to have the confidence to take the same trade over and over and over again. Then month five comes in. Now you're making $1,500, right? You making $1,500, $1,000 to $2,000. Now that's passive income. That is making a dent in everybody's household. Could you live freely or retire your job with the $4,000 or $5,000 account? I don't recommend it. You know what I'm saying? But if you understand that where you started the year with 1,000, you might finish the year. You pay off your subscription each month. Your account's growing, right? By the end of the year, now that $1,000 might be 15 or
Yeah, I'm gonna do
20,000.
more.
Then you come into the next year, right? You come into the next year making you can start off making 4 or 5, 6 grand a month, and that's freedom. Like that's freedom to a lot of people. I mean, some of you guys got the submarines, and that's cool, or the helicopters. But if you got more something, a little bit less, then you good. You come up with an amount that you need to be free, and shoot for that. And just think, that's one strategy inside the mastermind. We trade crypto, we trade stocks and options swings. We have so many different techniques. I'm telling you, that is just one technique we have. So hey, we all going to win. This is all of our years, and we get it. That's great. To put it into those terms. Hey, I'm just trying to tell you. Anyway, enough rambling. Stephanie, you're up first. Fire away. What you got for us?
My question is based around theta. I took a call today, an IBM 230 call. I got into it when it broke the ceiling. But then my concern was I held on to it's a weekly, so expiration is a 124. And I held on to it. And this evening, before close of the day, it went all the way back up. But I was surprised at the low uh, theta dollar amount, which was $13 is what it closed me out at, and the cost of the contract was $36, $37 when I got in. So I was really surprised at how theta ate away at it, considering tomorrow's close and the fact that it went back up to close to the high of the day.
All right. Hey, that's awesome. So let me dissect this for you and give you my honest opinion. No no feelings. Don't get mad. This is just me sharing with you what I feel and my recommendation for you. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. What screen do you guys see? Can you see what do you guys see? You guys see my trading view, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, awesome, awesome. So we do have a couple more people that came in. All right, so we're on IBM. Let me make this a little bit bigger here so that we can see it a little bit better. Let's zoom in. All right, so in a real simplified standpoint, right? Options, I look at options like, all right, so you got the shares and you invest in shares. When the share price goes up, you make money. Share price drops, you lose money, right? Real simplified. Stock option, you're taking a piece of the shares, leveraging about 100 shares, and you're paying like a piece of that price. So for instance, you could buy one IBM share for $225, right? Stephanie said she took a ceiling break. So if I get my drawing tool, right? Still getting used to my monitors. I switched them up. I don't know if I like it yet. All right. So she took the breakout right here. She got in calls right here, right? And when you trade options, all right, what happens is really you only seen this much right there. I bet you from an ROI standpoint, you probably got close to 10 to 12 or 15% in that move, right? The reason you didn't sell, and this is just me making assumptions, is because you bought one contract for $36, correct? So, am I correct on that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you got a $36 contract, and you sell out at 40 or 41, you're only making $5 net profit, right? But your ROI on that is I don't know, maybe like 20% or some, or 15%, give or take. You're looking at it from a standpoint, and we'll pull up a spark chart and see there's a potential that it might have hit that, but because it's such a low dollar amount, you didn't want to take profits. Now, in this example right here, let's say you put $36,000 into that trade and it turned into $41,000. In this little bit of move, in the matter of 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, if you made $5,000, would you be comfortable taking profits on that? Let me see what you guys will put in the chat. Put a 1 in the box if you'd be comfortable taking profits with $5,000. All right. Now in the same trade up here, right? There's only $5 profit. A lot of people will not be comfortable taking that same trade. However, it's exactly the same as what I'm trying to get to you guys. An ROI is an ROI, no matter the dollar amount that you are using to take those positions. All right. Just trying to give you guys a better visual. Now, not saying that exactly what happened. So, stock options work like this. If you take a same day expiration and something like this happens where you get in right there and it's trading against your entry point, right? You're going to lose money super fast. All right? In Stephanie's case, She bought tomorrow's expiration, which is a weekly, and on Thursdays and Fridays, option contracts deteriorate so fast. So for me, I'd be looking at what am I trying to accomplish with this, right? From a floor to ceiling standpoint, if we go back to our chart and look at our floor strategy right here, and we look at IBM, I would say, well, did we get close to our target? Well, I'm not sure. Let me see here. Nope, we didn't. So I would probably close this, um, or I would hold it if use the bottom side. So you could still hold it. I could see your point on that. I'd probably would have got out in this at 12 because when I trade the floor and ceiling, if I don't get a push to the upside, right? If we get a push up and price comes back down and goes against me and then comes back up again, remember our rule is to go risk free. But maybe you didn't see enough profit from a dollar amount, which is understandable because you're taking a 36-cent contract. All right. Now let's go to the option chain and really dissect this. IBM, and I'll tell you what I would have done differently, maybe, right? What call did you take? The 230?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if we copy this, we can pull up a chart, and this is actually called a spark chart, and we can press Control V, and this will bring us up the actual options movement. So let's put this on a 5-minute chart, right? And I'm gonna break something down for Miss Stephanie, and I'm going to show her where she could have done something different or looked at it a different way. So just hang in with me. So she took this trade right here, right? At and got filled at 36 cents, she told us. So we don't know exactly when she got filled, only she does, but we're just going to say on this break right there, we're taking calls. That is our floor and ceiling break. The high was 43 cents. All right. Let's check it and pull it on a chart. I see the high 43 cents. So if you got filled at 36 cents, you actually chased this. You didn't get in right when it broke the ceiling. You actually got in after it broke the ceiling.
Yeah, I got in at 8:57.
Had you got in as it broke the ceiling, these contracts were 23 cents a contract, and they went up there to 43 cents. So that is almost a 100% ROI move had you got in when you got in. So, one thing first, I feel that you chased it and got in later, and I think you know that you got in a little bit later. So I would consider a trade I personally wouldn't take because if I was trading the floor or ceiling, I would wait for it to break that level. That's rule number one. Rule number two for me, if I was trading, what's my delta rule, Steph?
1920 or greater.
Yep. And at that time when you took that, what was your delta?
Oh, snap. Yeah, I didn't even look at it.
All right. Now hold on a second. So I guarantee your delta was 10, 11, or 12 cents. So what that tells me is for every dollar the share price moves, you're 36 cents. For every dollar it moves, you're only going to make $12. Right? So when you get a 50-cent move or a 40-cent move, we go back to our chart and look at this, it went from 25 up here to 220. That moved 75 cents. You would have only captured 75% of 12 cents, which is 9 cents. So 36 cents, right, for a full dollar move, which is past our target in the floor and ceiling strategy, right? Then if you take 9 cents and divide it by 36, that's a 25% ROI winner. Now that could have happened real fast. Now in your situation, you chased a trade number one, I personally wouldn't have done. Two, you got in and there was a potential to get 7 cents. 7 divided by 36, you technically had almost 20% ROI. On a day trade, I mean, we try to go risk free at about 15. Am I correct?
Yeah, definitely.
So now let me ask you this, and hey, we all family here, be transparent. How comes you didn't go risk free when you were up all but 20%? It's because I already know why. It's the dollar amount. You only saw $5 or $6. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So how can we get better and how can we help everybody else? And I appreciate Stephanie coming on to do this. One, we have rules in place where if we take a day trade, I mean, you buy something 36 cents. To me, that's a little bit too cheap in a sense of that'd be a straight lotto trade for me. But you really have to focus in and take that 19-cent delta rule. The reason we have that in place is it's going to protect you. If you took the 19 or 20-cent delta rule and you took that same trade today, Stephanie, you would have been up about 15 or $16 for every one contract. Now you're noticing a sizable amount on that trade, and that would have been different than now you're hoping for a gap up or another green day. If not, then you're going to lose it all. And now the mindset would be, well, I only have $36 in it. Who cares if I lose 100%? The problem with that, right? And I'm not saying you're doing this, but me,
I care.
yep. So me in my early days, I would do the same thing. The problem is it's poor habits to bring along with you because we don't ever want to lose 100% of our position. You follow me?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
So so
I'm
I
100%
think I
with you.
think two things. I think for one, you chased the trade. You took the trade after it broke the ceiling way up here, which that's a difference of about 50 or 60 cents on the share side. And for two, you took something that's too far out of the money and didn't utilize the 19-cent delta rule that we have in place. Agreed?
Right on. I didn't even pay attention to Delta. I sure didn't.
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that.
Well, I mean, that's the truth.
Hey,
I'm
what's
sorry
our
to say
rule?
it.
What's our rule?
It didn't, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Awesome,
yeah. I
awesome.
know the rule. If I'd have I need to go back to my check boxes. I didn't look.
Hey, awesome, awesome. Well, hey, look, now you just helped out yourself and everybody else. You see that?
Yep. Cut that
Good
check
stuff.
with me.
Good stuff. What's up? You have any? All right, what's up, Gretchen? She said go back to the Thinkorswim chart. No, you can't see that.
Can't see the delta right now.
No, you can only see the actual option price.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Thank you.
Yep, but I guarantee you her delta wasn't 19 or 20 cents.
No, it was 0.0953, so it was 9.
There you go. See, hey, I'm good, ain't I, guys? Hey, I've seen a lot of things over 8 years. Trust me.
Brandon, so um, she was asking also about the theta.
Yep.
So was that part of the explanation, or
So the theta is all right. So not to open up a can of worms, but there's three variables that determine you have theta, beta, and you have delta. All right. The delta tells you how much your option will move for every dollar the share price rises or falls. Your your theta determines every hour how much your option is going to lose value in. So not to throw you off from a simplicity standpoint, I don't even teach that because now you're going to be like a chemist and be like, well, I need to plug in these variables. But in my opinion, from a beginner standpoint, you really don't have to. You know what I mean? From a simplified standpoint, especially on the day trading side, it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant, but it's to me, it's not necessarily needed as much because we're going to be in and out the same day. Now, if you want to understand more and how much your option is going to lose, your option or the share price has to trade sideways, which that really never happens because the shares move on supply and demand, the buyers and sellers. It pushes up and pushes down due to that, right? So there is an exact equation how much your contract will lose value each day, every hour. But like I said, for me on the day trading side, it's not as irrelevant to me personally, and I'm speaking for myself because I plan on being in and out the same day. You follow me?
yeah, absolutely, no worries. Thank you.
Yep, yep. And her theta was 0.32. So that means that like her option is going to lose 32 some percent for that day. So if she got something in 36 cents, it's going to be worth like 8 or 9 cents or 10 or 12 cents. And look what it's worth right now. 9 cents and 16 cents on the bid and ask, you know? So that was a good one. See what happens. You guys ask questions. Can you go back to the Thinkorswim chart? Can we see the delta? Nope, we can, but we already answered that. Can you show that copy and paste for this chart from the option chain, Ed? Yes, Ed. So anytime, and I highly encourage this. I actually walked through this with Andre, right? So when we take the SPX trades, if you can't take them in the morning, you can still simulate trade as if you were taking it, right? So if we go back to our chart and we type in SPX, right? And we look at SPX right here, and you see my line. I took a buy right there. You know what I'm saying? On SPX. Or I'm sorry, not right there. We took a buy about right in here, about 60.80. My line right there was my target at a 60.83. So we got in down here about 60.80. I said since we had a huge winning streak for the last 14 days, yesterday we lost. I just wanted to get some of my money back because I went a little bit heavier and I got my bag. So today we called 6,100 calls. So I can show you today exactly what they did, right? So now let's type in SPX and we go to today's expiration, which will have 0 because that's today. And you scroll down and it's going to look like all these contracts are worth nothing. This 6,100 call right here is worth $1,970 right now, right? If we right click this on a mouse, right click this and come down to the copy. You press copy, go back to a standard chart, right? A straight naked chart. And you type in SPX. This is the candles of SPX, the actual share movement. If I come back up to this ticker box and I press Control V, it's going to paste it in there. And that's the actual option contract. You press enter. Now, guess what happens today, right? Guess what happens today? This shows me what the contract moves. And I'm telling you, there's life-changing money in these lotto trades if you can hold them. You know what I'm saying? Today, right here, this morning, they went from 2.6 and they hit a high of $3, right? Depending on where you got filled. They hit a high of that right there. Never would have got stopped out, right? Really, they actually, let me see when they broke. It was less than that because I got filled for less than that. Hold on. Let's go back to the chart. And it broke 935. All right, 936. If you come back here at 935, 936, it'll be the open of this candle right here, right? It'll be the open 227. Those contracts went from, and I got filled at 235. Those contracts went up to $3. So when you look at this right here and go $300 minus 235, and you equal, that's $65. That's $65 per one contract. $65, right? You take 5 contracts, guess what? That's $325 in that little move right there in 10 minutes. On this chart right here, that is $325. That ain't bad. But from an ROI standpoint, right? That's after I get stopped out, we're good. Had you held it and let a runner go, our stop out would have been the low of the day. We never broke the low of the day. So you guys could have let a runner go if you take multiple contracts, and you could shoot me in the foot because I get 5 contracts and I don't let a runner go. We go back to the option chart. If you would have bought a contract today for $2.30, they closed today at $1,730. That is almost that's like 800% return. Even if you let a runner go and your 220 went to right here, they're at 550 or 600. Really, we're supposed to hold the trades to about 50 to 100% ROI. Lately, I take more contracts and I just like to go risk free because there's a lot of people that follow me and they just want to be consistently profitable, right? So if I buy a contract for $2, I might take $100 or $110 loss. Well, if I'm getting 60 cents to $1, my risk to reward is very similar. And if I expect to win 4 out of 5 days, right, and I get 5 contracts, now I'm getting $65, give or take, times 4. I'm making 200. I'm making or that's not right. Let me see. 65 times 5 contracts. That's 325 times 4 equals $1,300. And if I lose $1 contract, that's $500. So now my $1,300 minus 500 with one technique, I would have netted about $800 to $1,000 every week trading those 5 contracts. If you trade one contract, you should make close to about $200 one contract if you're consistent with it every single day. Now keep this in mind. The last 3 weeks, we had 3 weeks of winners. So imagine, and you're not winning 65 cents every day. Some days it's 40, some days it's $1. But let's just say 65 for the example. 65 times 5 is $325. And you times this by 15 days in a row, or I'm sorry, 14 days. 325 times 14, guess what? That's $4,500 one strategy in 3 weeks of time. Give me a DCG in the box if you'd be happy with that. And that's leveraging me about $1,200 to $1,500 per trade. And I'm taking the same trade, same strategy over and over and over again. Absolutely. So that's how you can go back and look at the contracts. And I know what's his face. I know Mr. Burns shoots me in the foot because he's like, bro, look at those options, what they're worth today. And it's like, man, why you gotta smack me in the face like that? You know what I'm saying? Now we just having fun. So that's how you do the copy paste trade. You go back to any option chain, just like the swing trades. If you come in, if you're new to DCG and you don't want to follow me because this is your first time seeing me, go back to all the report trades that I put in and copy the contracts on the first of the month and see how much they could have of they moved in your favor, and that builds confidence for yourself in any strategy. You know what I mean? And I encourage it all the time. I encourage it all the time for that. So hopefully that answers your question for that one, right? Can you explain the delta again? All right, Linda. The delta on the option chain right here. If your delta is, and we can't do SPY, let's go SPX tomorrow. All the delta tells you is, Linda, you with me? You see this share price right here? 6,100. Linda, you with me?
I am.
All right, so this stock price is $6,118. Pretend there's no 71 cents. If it goes to 61.19, that means the share side moved $1. All right? You follow me?
Yes.
So any of these delta numbers, whatever strike you take this one, that means for every dollar it moves, you make $49. If you take this strike, for every dollar it moves in your favor, you make $30.
Oh, okay.
If you come down here to the 20-cent rule, for every dollar that share price moves, you make $20. But as it goes in your favor, these will increase in value. So it's just as a base mark of what you can kind of expect. But if it goes in your favor, you're always going to under expect, if that makes sense. And that's all the delta is.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Can you go over the iron condor trades? My orders are inconsistently filled. All right, Paul. So when you take an iron condor, right, and you come in here to the trade, and let's change our single to iron condor, and let's pick something for tomorrow, right? And I'm just going to pick random ones just so you can see. I'm going to pick this one right here. We'll do 85. Let's see, 85.90. Let me see here. What's the share price? 61. All right, so I need to come down here. So we'll go to right here. So that's 64. We'll just change this one to 55, and we'll do 6,100. Right? I'm just picking random numbers to match the iron condor. All right. And let's just change this one to 45. Let's change this one to 50. All right. So when you take the iron condor trade, Paul, or anybody else, right? You see where it says the mid price is 205. It's always changing. Now it's at $2. If I would press confirm and send this trade through, it's going to tell me my max profit is $2,000. My max loss is $3,000 on these 10 contracts, right? All right. Now this specific account is my little account. It's just for this strategy right here, right? Just for this strategy. So if and now it says 215. Sometimes if you press confirm and you press send, sometimes it's not going to fill you at the mid. So you got to come down here and go a little bit less. If I would try to get filled right here and it's at 210, see the mid just jumped to 210. If I change this to 205 or $2, press confirm and send, I will get filled right now. If you don't want to deal with that, change the limit to market and then just press enter the trade. And that's all you got to do, Paul.
All right, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, yep. So if you go into your orders and you go to pending orders and your iron condor isn't getting filled, you can press edit it and then rechange it because this mid price it fluctuates. I personally use the mid price, but sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 times to adjust my mid price just for it to fill me.
Okay.
All right.
Now, is it best to do it? Because I know they normally come out between 4:05 and 4:10. So it leaves you about, 10 minutes before it closes. So is it the same deal in the, I guess, first thing in the morning when the market opens?
So, yes and no. Sometimes it works in your favor, and then sometimes it works against you. So, if the market would open up right here, right now, real flat, we'd actually be winning in our trade. So then you actually are going to get a lesser of a fill or a lesser premium. So I wouldn't recommend it. If we gap
Okay.
up one way or another and get closer to one of our sides, then I would jump in the morning and take that trade because then your risk is going to be, or your risk reward will be greater than what ours would be the day before.
Okay. I got it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Good question, though. Good question.
Yeah, I got a question too about that, Brandon. It doesn't seem to, like, when I enter the iron condor, it doesn't show up on my chart. It just says, is that because I'm paper trading it, or I don't understand? Like, the actual chart with the candles on it, it doesn't. It says this, it just doesn't show up. Just like a.
Well, it wouldn't show up on the chart because it's a selling technique. So it's not like you're buying a straight call or put if that's what you're trying to accomplish with it. You know what I mean?
So how do you follow it? Just through the literal numbers that you've.
No, it's in your
Mark it
positions
on your
tab.
trading view
It's in
chart.
your positions tab, right?
Yeah, it's in the positions tab, but I mean, okay, I'll just have to figure out how it works a
So
bit more.
so when you take this, right? And hey, I mean, I'll show you an easy way to do it. So when you take an iron condor, and let me pull up another one real quick. Let's see here. Let's just pull up this, and this ain't the strike or anything that I would take. I'm just giving you an example. When
Sure.
you look at this right here, right? You know what you're taking the day before. So you see your credit is $3.10.
Yeah.
All right. If you press confirm, your max loss is 2,000. Your max profit is 3,000. So that means, remember, when you take SPX, you're leveraging $5, which is $500,
Yeah.
right? So when you take this trade, the most you can lose on this specific trade is $2. So at the end of the day, if it's close to this $5 mark, that means you're losing because you're getting filled at $3. When it goes when it goes down to $2 or $1, that's how you know if you're in profit or not because now you collected some of the premium and it's in your side. So in your account, it's going to say that you're up $100 or $200.
All right. So, and then you can adjust it if it's getting too close to the upside, or.
Well, you don't have to adjust it because you can just let it expire.
Oh, that's right, because it's only going to cost you $2.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly right. You just let it
Right.
expire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, what you can do is if you sold this for $3 and this happens, to answer Paul's question, if the market opened up tomorrow just like this, your $3 might be worth $1. So that means that you could walk away with $200 guaranteed right here tomorrow. All you would do for this trade, instead of selling it, you would where's that? Instead of selling this one, you would buy it back, right?
Oh,
And all you're doing is you're buying it instead of selling it. So you go to your positions, you right click it, and you would buy it back.
right. Okay.
Are you following me or no?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to have to go over it a few more times for it to really sink in.
Yeah, so just remember when you take the trade, and also if you're trading it in a simulated account, you can't take these trades when we take them. Because you'll never get filled. Remember? Dan?
Yeah, they filled.
Oh, do they filled after hours?
No, I like you. When do you post it when the market closed, or like just before the market closes?
Like right before the market closes.
Yeah, I've entered it right when you've posted it once or
Okay,
twice.
because in America, like when we try to do it, if you're in a simulated account, it won't fill you past 4 o'clock because you can only simulate 9:30 to 4.
Brandon,
I've been practicing in my paper account. They feel XXP doesn't though. Sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes it's
just SPX does?
but SPX does all the time. Like every day I've
Okay,
been
God.
practicing
Hey,
every day.
then I learned something because when I paper traded this about 3 years ago, I couldn't get practice on the paper side. So what I did is I would pretend I take the trade, right? Because when I was learning this in the fund, when I would pretend to take the trade, I would write down and say, well, today the max profit was $3. And I have a notepad of over a year of doing this, and then I traded one contract for the whole year. And that's how I built the confidence within myself with this strategy, you know?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny because SPX doesn't fill for me, but the XSPS or whatever does.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So
So when you
anyway, when you take the
take
fill price and you get filled at $3, when that thing goes to zero, you just made the max profit of $300.
right,
If
and
you
so
if you're doing the other one, then you would make $60 to lose $40. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so you take it first thing in the morning, do you, when it opens?
I don't. I take it before the market closes.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Because
I
I like to collect the premium for the next day, and also this is another reason why. Since you have to do it in a margin account, if you have under 25K, you can't buy and sell in the same day. So a little hack to prevent that is you buy it or sell it today and then let it expire the next day, and it doesn't count as a trade.
Right. Yeah, we don't have to worry about having a margin account outside of the US. It's you can just do them all through a cash account. It's only America
Gotcha.
that has that enforce the margin rule.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will have to get a margin account when I go live.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have a margin account when you go live.
Okay.
So what I would recommend is, I don't know if you day trade or not, create two different accounts. Create a swing account and swing in your margin, and then day trade in your cash account.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome. Great questions. So is the stop if the stop out is the low of the day, what percent of the actual cost is it for today's setup? I mean, Gretchen, I'm okay losing 100% of my trade, and that's why it's called a lotto. Today, if you would have taken the trade at right here at 226, your stop out would have been probably about 60 or 70% because that right here at 220, it hit a low of 120. If you come back to the chart and look at the chart, it came within what 77 to 74, 75. It came within $2 of the low of the day. So you wouldn't have lost much more than that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know exactly what you would lose. I'm willing to lose 50, 60, 70%. If that candle closes underneath the low of the day, then I'll cut it. And that's the rule. And that's why it's called the lotto. So you can't come into this technique or this vehicle and say, well, I only want to lose 20%. If that's the case, then don't trade the lotto trades that we call out. Trade like green candle, green arrow, or the floor ceiling where they have predetermined or fixed losses. Hopefully that helps you. When you're taking day trades from the mastermind or using TOS, yep, I use TOS. I have E Trade. Well, technically, I got Webull and I got E Trade and I got TOS. And the only reason why I have Webull is because back in the day, if you opened up an account with $100, they gave you 25 free stocks. I got 25 free stocks. Then I just sold all the stocks, kept my $100 in there, and I ended up buying all crypto. And now my $300 is worth like, I just actually checked it the other day. It's worth like $2,500. So that's the only reason why I have Webull. Never made a trade outside of that. And that's it. My E Trade account, I know, it's crazy. The E Trade account, I opened up when I very first started trading, and I had a love for E Trade. And then I had someone else that I was trading with use Thinkorswim because of the advanced charting techniques and the custom indicators, the simplicity side of that with the codes. Then I switched over to, I didn't switch, I joined Thinkorswim as well. And now all my softwares and scanners is in Thinkorswim. So I day trade and swing trade in Thinkorswim. and then I I have my retirement shares in my E-Trade account. So I have two accounts with E-Trade, and I got three accounts with Thinkorswim. One of them I keep 10K in, and I do just SPX, and that's how I know consistently it can make $1,500 to $3,000 each month. Then in another account I do my other swings. I do the leaps, the report trades, those things in that account. And then in my day trading account, I keep that in just for the day trading side. So think day trading account, I think there's probably around maybe 35, 40K in that one. The swing trade one, I think that one is a little bit higher. And then just for the iron condors, I just it's about 10 because I keep pulling profits out of it each month and rolling with it. And then at the end, after all my bills are paid and I decide what I want, then I funnel those profits into my account. And then I take it from one account and put it over there to E-Trade. And I got about 45, maybe 46 shares of different companies in there, all in house money. So, and I try not to check that account. The same account that we bought Amazon, everybody thought I was crazy. We bought Amazon right here. I'll show you why I bought it. They all thought we were crazy. Amazon can't keep going up. But guess what? Go to the weekly time frame. Swingmaster Pro AI. See this buy signal right here? 115. I'm in this right down there, and I have not sold out yet. Why? Because look, our candle's been green this whole time. So why would I sell out? And look at the share. We're at an all-time high right now, 235. So yes, everybody that's been with me for quite a long time, about 2 years, the investments pay off. Trust me. And we're not just gambling, we're taking high probability buys. Even if you took a buy way here, you could take another buy right there. Here'd be your average, and you're still in a lot of profits. But it's tempting when I log in and I see that I'm up 5 figures on Amazon. It's like, oh man, do I just sell out? But it's like, why? I mean, this thing with Trump coming in, I mean, this thing could push. I mean, I think the market's going to go up another 25, 30% in the next 4 or 5 years. So all these stocks are going to keep pushing up. But that's just my opinion. Don't kill the messenger. You know what I'm saying? So that's my game plan. And a lot of people love it and they follow along. And that's totally cool. You know what I'm saying? So uh Burns, hopefully that answers your question. I see tons of DCGs in the box. Brandon, I need the link for the masterclass. Crystal, I got you. Send me a message. Check the Google Sheets that Willette did. All the classes are on there. Yep, I got that. You can do that too, Gretchen. But I also have other ones as well. If you can't find it, I can send it to you. I asked for the recording for the floor and ceiling last week. I think you sent it to me, but I cannot find it. Can you please send it to me or tell me where to find it? Yeah, Linda, I got you. Send me a message again. I'll resend it to you. But they are also in the Facebook group. If you type my name up, every class that I've ever did, when we could stream in Facebook, it's all there. If not, then hey, I'll send it to you. I'll make sure you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Also, all your classes are in the Facebook group. You just got to type your name in.
Yep. Or you can go to the Beast Mode Trading YouTube channel, the live section. All the classes are there too.
Yeah, I've been on a bunch of those. They're good.
Brandon, I'd message you and request a retirement list. Where may I find it? I got you, Crystal. So did Edgar. I'll send it up right over. Right here. It's in my Thinkorswim. You can see right here my retirement list. I was gonna refine it up and clean it up for you a little bit. But I got what? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I got about 30 some companies that I like that I'll invest in for the rest of my life. But some people, that's too much. But to me, I keep a bigger watch list because there's always a buy for something. You know what I mean? And that's just me. Let's see. What else we got? Could you show us a setup on TOS for an AI swing trade? Uh, Burns, what do you mean? You want me to give you you want to set up the follow or put in the chat? Elaborate. What do you mean? Could you show us a setup on TOS for an AI swing trade? So I'm not sure if I'm understanding it. Oh, to follow along? Like you want to trade to follow? Like you want me to try to find someone for you to do it? Well, see, day trading, I can't really pick something for you to day trade right now because we could come into tomorrow and the market could drop 800 points or it could be up 800 points. So we day trade. I don't know what I'm day trading until tomorrow morning when I run the scanners. Or I mean, it's the process I do right here. I come in right here, same thing. I come to the scoreboard. We all have the scoreboard. I come down here to the hour time frame and coming into tomorrow. Let's say right now is 9:25, right? What I would do is I'd say, help, which ones are the strong buys and which ones are strong sells. I like to have a plan for either side of the markets. My strong sells are T-Mobile, and I would potentially look at BABA because it has a red volume candle. But I would really attack UPS with a strong buy, Nvidia, Amazon, or Disney. So if I was looking to trade tomorrow, this is how I determine what I'm trading. But see, a lot of things could happen from now till tomorrow. So I can't tell you what I'm going to be trading tomorrow because it could change. So the second the market opens up at 9:30 a.m., this is going to change, and it'll tell me what I'm trading. If I'm bullish on something, I'm only looking to take the strong buys, right? If I'm bearish, I'm only taking the strong sells. For instance, if Amazon was a strong buy today, this is my setup right here. I come to the 5 minute and I look for green candle, green arrow. Well, what's Brandon talking about? It is right here. This is my bread and butter, what I trade every single day, Swingmaster Pro AI. We have a green arrow, green candle. This would be my buy entry. My stop out would be down there. It went against me, and as price came up in my favor, I would have went risk free. That same trade right there could have netted you about 25-30% ROI. If you're still not happy with that, I'd wait for a pullback. I would enter another trade right there. Here's my stop out, and I would go risk free right there. Now I'm 2-0. Then we got a pullback. I'd enter another trade right there. There's my stop. And from Tuesday's call, I'd measure my move. Right there, I'd go risk free. I hit it, and we are good. And that's on the stocks and options sides. Guess what? You want to know how we trade futures? We trade futures the same way. You come here to the 5 minute, right? And I'm a little bit more aggressive than other people. Come here to the 5 minute, 8:30 a.m., right? 8:30 a.m. Do me a favor, you and everybody else. 9:30 a.m., right here, the market opens up. What colors are candles right here? It's green all day long. There is no way I would think about shorting at all today. So then I come down here to the 2 minute and I take every green arrow, green candle all day long, and look how many points you could bank on this. 9:30 right here, right? First trade I called out this morning was right there. At 17, it went up there to 20. There's $150. We got a reset, entered a trade in right there. Here's my stop. Never got stopped out. As price floats up right there, end up making about $400 or $500. All done in an hour of trading. You still want to trade more? Then you wait for a pullback. Price resets. You take a buy there. Here's your stop. Price floats up. Guess what? You got a winning trade. Then you same thing. Wait for a pullback. If you're greedy and you want some more, wait for a pullback. There's your buy. There's your stop out. Price goes up. There's another $250 of profit. Like it's so easy. Trading is so easy and simplified when you use the tools that we have. Get what I'm saying? And it works for all charts. Do we win 100% of our trades? No, we don't. But do we win 80 some percent of them? More than likely, sure. Crappy 2 weeks, maybe 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, and there's still a probability or chance that you're going to be in profit still. You know what I mean? Absolutely. That's fire, he says. On the scoreboard, what is the most stable time frame to consider to minimize fake outs? Look at 23 minute and 1 hour to execute. I mean, Jamar looks at the 23 minute. That's his plan. I look at the 1 hour and then I trade the 5 minute in sync of the 1 hour. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for something to be a little bit more smoother, right, or more swingish, then I'd probably follow the 23 minute with Jamar. But a lot of his day trades turn into swing trades. You know what I mean? I plan on being in and out in a couple minutes, especially on the future side. I just need my $400-500 a day and I'm done because at the end of the year, there's an easy $150,000 with just one strategy in less than an hour a day. And I'm cool with that. Then I come in and take less than 2 minutes a day to swing trade, and you can make another chunk of money on that one. You know what I mean? So we good on that one. Hopefully that helps you out, Andre, with that one. So you just got to use whatever you want. I've been doing the Diamond 3 SPX trades, wondering if I'm doing something wrong. The max loss seems to keep growing and max profits keep shrinking. Max loss will wipe out 3 days of profits right now. Alan, not always, but in the end, like we have about a 90-some% win rate. You get what I'm saying? So with that, the odds are going to play out. Sometimes, right? And we can't control this. So sometimes if you come into the market and you see VIX over here, that's $15. When VIX is 20 and lower, the market volatility becomes less. So the option contracts aren't as valuable. When the VIX gets above that, then we'll make more to lose less, if that makes sense. So it's in a sense of just staying consistent with the plan. Um, if you follow what I do, we've been green every single month. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like this. Let's say we on $100 we only make $30, but we lose $70. All right, and if we win, let's just say 80% of the trades in 2 weeks of time. We won 8 trades. So you can take 30 times 8 and equal 240. But on the 2 losing trades, you're going to lose 70, you'll lose 140, right? If you just trade it that way, you'd still going to net profit $100. You just 100% ROI'd your investment in 2 weeks of time, which is still good. Now remember, if we go down to Diamond 2 or Diamond 1, we then are taking an additional contract. So now realistically, we're not losing 140. So if we win 30, win 30, win 30 equals 90, and then we lose 70, right? We're only up $20. But then the next day, we might take 2 contracts. Now instead of winning 30, we're going to win $60. Guess what? We right back on the train. And that's 4 wins, 1 loss in a week. The next week, let's do the same exact thing. You're going to make you're going to win 30 plus 30 plus 30, right? And then you're going to lose, right? Equals, well, I did it wrong now. I don't know what I did. So 90 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30, right, is 180. Let's say we lose 70 minus 70, 110. The next day, we might do 2 contracts, win 60 back. Now you're right back to where you started again. So in 2 weeks, you almost 200% your position. Hopefully that makes sense for you, Alan.
It does. Thanks. That was I was just seeing the numbers go, so I was getting afraid that I was doing something wrong. So, but it makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah, now you good. And that's why we have a matrix built out, right? We have a plan and we stick to that, you know?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yep, appreciate you. Let's see here. For the strangle from last Friday, did it face a fast decay because of Monday's holiday, or was it something else going on? When it hit the target price, we said on the call side, the put side was more negative than the call side. Did I do something wrong? Nah, Gretchen, you didn't do something wrong. We lost a day for that, so our contracts weren't as valuable. But if you trail stopped it with 50 cents, you still net profited on the position. And if you held any over to the next day, you grand slammed it. So those contracts went up to like $900 or $1,000 for every 1 contract. But if you didn't and you got stopped out the same day, I mean, that's cool too. You know, had you trailed it by 50 cents or 75 cents, then you would have been just fine and it wouldn't have stopped you out. I actually didn't get stopped out and held it to the next day, and it gapped up even again. And I'm like, holy mackerel, I'm out of here. Because you got to remember, depending on how much the contract is, you can't use a 25-cent trail. So if we take a contract and we buy it for $3 a contract and it goes up to $5, you can't put a 25-cent trail in it because you'll get stopped out real fast. You know what I'm saying? So you have to use the workbooks within consideration of how much you're trying to trail it.
So once it's in profit on the one side, is that when I should set the trail or before actually after it hits the price that we set the alert on?
So when we set the price for the alert, we're just cutting the losing side. That's it. On the winning side, we're going risk free, all but back to break even or a very loose trail.
Okay. Okay. So wait till it hits that target price
Yeah, yep.
before
So
we
when
cut
it
the
hits the
put side.
target price, you cut the losing side, and then you trail the winning side with a very loose trail stop.
The 50 cents trail stop.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. You can use whatever you want. If the contracts are $6, I'm not using a 50-cent trail. I might use $1. If the contracts are $3, then I might use a 50-cent trail. So it all goes up to, it depends on the ROI amount that we're up. Remember?
Okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. In my Coach Mike voice, drop a 1 in the chat box. Brandon, I need the link for the masterclass. I got you. You're good. And Gretchen addressed that. Can I have access to the Swing Master Pro? It's in the Swing Master Pro AI, Greg. You should already have that. You said you did the same thing. Just remember, we put those targets to cut the losing side, and then we go in risk free on the winning side. It doesn't mean to necessarily trail it real tight. However, if we're at net profits, then you could trail it real tight. But if we're not, I go into a loose trail. You know what I'm saying? And it's all irrelevant to how much my contracts are at that given time. What indicator are you using to give you the red candles, green candles? Stephanie, Swingmaster Pro AI. Greg says my trail was too tight. Well, that'll do it right there. How do you choose your strikes with the weekly income play? I mean, hey, that's our secret sauce, Linda. That's our secret sauce right there.
Come on, we're family. Okay.
Nah, so I'll be honest with you. It's in Swingmaster Pro AI, you know. So if you come up here to the AI swing, it gives you everything you need to know right there.
Okay.
Yep. So that's how I determined that. Hey, what's up? What's up? How you guys doing? Hey, we got any other questions?
Just a quick one, Brendan.
Go
So
ahead.
when you're live trading, I take you probably have a couple of screens up, one with your option chain open and everything ready to make that order as soon as you see that, that entry you want to make. Because that's what slows me down. Like if you're working off the 2-minute chart and stuff like that, it's by the going into the option chain. I'm watching the chart because I'm using the trading view chart.
Yeah,
And
me too. So for me, I have 4 monitors, right? One monitor is this Thinkorswim screen. Another monitor is my Ninja Trader and my options or my dom for the futures. Another screen is the trading view, and the fourth screen is my is this chart right here on a different screen. This one right there, it is a 4 gritter. So we come back here. Let me bring this back. Wrong one. You see this one, something like that. I have all my contracts ready to go on four screens, so I can watch different things that I'm trying to take. So this one will be SPX, and then this one will be 2 more that I change. And I can adjust it real fast. I do this right here. Every single one of these corners right here, I have color code, so I know what they're color coded for. So this one says 9, and that one is 8. So if I come back here to my options chain, right, and I want to just put something in real fast, I could do this right here. I could say, well, I could right click this and I could send this to my 1 chart, my 2 chart, my 3 chart, my 4 chart without copying and pasting it. So then if I say I'm gonna get these calls loaded up right here, I'm gonna right click it, I'm gonna send it to number 1. These puts, I'm gonna right click this and I'm gonna send it to number 2. Now my SPX calls and puts are locked and loaded, ready to go on another screen. But I'm more advanced because I got the live trade room and everybody trading with me. So not everybody's trading options and futures at the same time, plus having a Zoom room. If you want to keep it simple, you can actually have let me show you something. You could have a laptop that you have, and you could buy one of these. If you could see this, a portable monitor for your laptop, and they on sale. It is, I think they're like $200. It is a 15-inch screen that it plugs right in next to your laptop. So when I travel, I trade off one laptop and one portable screen, and that's it.
That's so amazing because just today I went into the computer store and ordered a laptop with a monitor.
So I'm gonna tell you something. If I would do it again, they make one that like, so here's my laptop in my office. I got my favorite color is orange. If you didn't know, you do now. So when you open it up, and it's actually it's like a 2-in-1, right? So I could put this all the way back around. Well, I guess you can't see it. I could bend it all the way around. It's a touch screen. I paid more for it. Why can't you see it? Yeah, that's weird. So anyway, like I could bend it all the way around if I want. They make ones that you clip on the back right
Brandon,
here.
you're too close. You got to back up a little bit so we can see it.
All right, can you see it now?
Yep. Well, sort of. No. You're like a phantom ghost.
There you go. Perfect.
So they make ones that I'll put in the chat. They make ones that the monitors are right on the left hand and right hand side, so your laptop actually becomes a 3-monitor setup. You get it right on Amazon. It's like $300.
Oh, okay.
So I would do that again. I bought ones that are portable, but the one I like, you just set right on the back screen. So you have your main laptop screen. You got a screen on this side and a screen on this side, and it plugs right in like a USB.
Oh, yeah. Give us some info on that. Yeah, that's definitely.
And I would buy it, but the thing is like I already have these 2 other ones. It's like I don't necessarily need it, but you know me, I'm probably gonna buy it anyway. You know. Yeah. But all you really need, like the laptop, I got the HP Envy. I got it's 32 gigabyte RAM. It's like the i9 12th or 13th generation, whatever. It's a touchscreen. It's a tablet. So if I'm on my couch, I can roll it over, and I like touchscreen. So if my mouse fails, I can still maneuver touching my screen. But that's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool because that's where I was really struggling, was trying to keep up and just trying to do it all on my old desktop that keeps beach balling on me.
Yeah. So my office got the 4 monitors, but it's not really practical when I go on vacation, and that's the benefit of what we do. We get to make money wherever we go. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all free, right?
Yeah.
So I'll send you guys the link. I'll put in the chat what I would buy or what I might buy too with you. But
Please.
I do have these 2 monitors already, but it's all good, you know. The truth is, I eventually want to be done with my 4 monitors. I want to get 2 monitors, but I want to get 2 49-inch curves and just have them stacked on top of each other. And then you're sitting in like a bubble. That's sick. That's what I want next. You know what I mean? But it's all good, you know? Yeah. Spy this morning for the AI Lotto, we did 6,100 calls, and it was about $200. So the 50 to 75 cent trail stop is pretty loose and safe. When I do Spy, it doesn't bounce around too much. 20 cents seems to be okay. So I mean, this is the thing, Andre. When we're in SPX and our contracts go up 40 or 60 cents, if you want to secure some of your profits, put a 20-cent trail in. If you want to be looser, just go back to break even, and on some of the days that it runs, you're going to be very, very happy. In the end, you just got to be consistent, using this, doing the same process over and over again. And if you do that, then your results are going to reflect that. You know what I mean? All I have is the scoreboard and trend box. Where do I find this? Greg, you just send me your it's in the invite only. You send me your trading view, and we good. Ivan says that's the one I got. LMN. I need touch, so I can't go back. I would go Mac, but I can't touch. Yeah, I don't like Apple. I like Apple from an investment. You know what I'm saying? I have the same one, but the older one. So now I'm gonna get an iPad since I have the iPhone, and I'm gonna do the curve just like you said. Hey, absolutely. So my tablets, I went out and bought I'm a Samsung guy. I bought the what's it called? Samsung Galaxy tab, where it's like a 16 or 17-inch touchscreen. So when I'm on my couch, I use that one upstairs, and I play with the charts and the AI. And then in my office, I got my laptop. So when I travel and it's still here, Then I got my 4 screens on a desktop. You know what I mean? So we good. Black, there will be no Apple slander or blocked. He said, yeah, right. Come on. Team Android, baby. Let's go. But anyway, hey, we have any other questions? Remember, tomorrow, live trading. If you have any friends or family that want to see what we do, send me a message. I'll send them a personal a link for them to join if they want to see the day trading, and we can rock and roll with that. You know what I mean? But it is 10:11. Do you guys have any other questions? Or are you guys good? I see Linda said, great class. Awesome, awesome. I unshared it by accident. My bad. Hey, you guys got value from the Q&As and you like the Q&As, do me a favor. Give me a DCG in the box. I'd appreciate it. And that shows me that you guys like this style setup. I got great feedback. Tons of people wanted this, and that's why we're going to do it. Hey, look at you guys. You're filling the boxes right now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So remember, every Tuesday, we'll do an advanced topic and find some stocks to watch. Every Thursday, we're going to open it up for Q&A, open call, and we do that. If for some reason there is no questions, hey, we'll find something to trade anyway. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, absolutely. You sent me a message on Facebook. Got you. Got you. All right, well, hey, you guys have a blessed one. Catch me on the next one. Beast mode out. I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early. Same Zoom we on right now. Let's trade. Let's make some money, and let's go enjoy